bet you any money
Yes,
that Charles is this nigga's father, bro.
Fine. Sacrifice? Don't you talk to me about sacrifice, Charles. I had to send my son back to the island, knowing full well that...
That's my son too, Eloise.
Just cut his dick off. That's what I would have done. Shit, if
You
I was
liked
Norman...
it.
Tu sei una carteggiani?
Se volete ricerà così.
Io pensavo che mio figlio se ne fotteva. Federico prima. Tu sei più buono col gioco mio.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are here once again with another reaction to Mad Men season 3. Just so you guys know, throughout this reaction here, you might not hear a lot out of me this time. You must be saying hallelujah, right? He's not gonna talk as much. Oh my god, yes. But on a serious note, I'm having like really bad like back issues right now, so I'm trying to battle it out and watch these reactions for y'all, mainly for, of course, the Patreon members, because you guys on YouTube are not going to see this for a very long time. I don't know when you guys are gonna see it, probably about a couple of months from now before you guys see this episode. But either way, I just wanted you guys to know that if you don't see much of a reaction out of me, something exciting happened or whatever, that's because I'm trying to sit as still as possible. Currently I can I'm still mobile. It's just that there's a pain like right here, right? There's a pain right here and it just won't go away, and it's been there for about 3 or 4 days now. Usually it doesn't last this long, so I have to go check out to see if something is going on, because it's been on and off for a little bit. You know, never really paid much attention to it because I thought that maybe I pulled something somehow, I don't know. But now the pain has moved from like just my shoulder to like my neck, so it's, you know, gonna go see somebody about it. So either way, still trying to get these reactions out for y'all, because hey, at the end of the day, still gotta grind, still gotta work, right? So if you do me a favor and don't forget to like this video, because I know, let's be honest, you guys you know what I'm saying, it's very rarely that people like my Mad Men videos. I'm averaging probably about, out of 100 200 views on these videos, and only like 1 or 2 people, well, not 1 or 2, but it's averaging probably around 10 likes maybe. I'm not even sure, but I know it's not the amount of views I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? I know that much. So without no further ado, let's jump into this episode. And if you guys want to see more episodes of Mad Men, you know what to do, man. Go check out the Patreon, support your boy. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep growing. I'll see you guys right after for the review.
Butter.
And the apples are good now, but not from the market.
I can go to Rodney Farms on Sunday. It's near church.
Why don't we go to church?
We go to church.
On Christmas?
When?
Carla goes every Sunday.
We don't need to go every week.
When's Halloween?
For Thanksgiving, Francine and Carlton have invited us, but I think if we're going to be selling Daddy's house, I don't know, might be nice to have it there one last time. You're working too much.
So hold on a second. So you would rather sell the house than to let your brother have the house? Bruh. I don't care what it is. I don't care what would have ended up happening, as you know, what would have taken place. I think that was kind of wrong. It's still your brother at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's not what I mean. I see how hard you're working.
And the fact that Carla knows you're cheating. well,
Inside.
well, she cut it off, so let's give her credit. But, you know,
I don't know if you're hungry, but I made date nut bread. Actually, I made 3.
you made Dade
Sale.
nut bread.
Thanks, Miss Farrell. It's good to know.
How the hell did... Wait a second. How the hell did,
I want you to spend the whole night.
You would be surprised how fast you fall asleep after sex, honey.
This 8-year-old.
Sometimes it's like a
Charlie.
light goes out.
Do you feel bad about what you do?
Nobody feels as good about what they do as you do.
Sweet.
It's just leaving.
All the paperwork is through on your contract. It is my pleasure to deliver your signing bonus personally. You see, I don't just fire people. Will your amigo Connie Hilton be attending the anniversary party Friday?
In his dressiest Stetson.
Splendid. You will be speaking last. It's prime time. Please prepare. He is. Darling, please, sit down.
No, I'm not going to let you force me to do anything anymore.
Am I to entertain your ballad of dissatisfaction, or has something actually happened? Because I am at work, dear.
Do you have enough cash to get me to London? Because this is not my home.
These things take time.
Not for you. If a superior demands that you be happy, you say yes, sir, right away, sir.
Go on, let's have it all, shall we? I have made the best of this. My salary is good, the company is flourishing. My wife has a beautiful gown. May I see it?
It's not even England.
That's true.
All right, first of all,
I've been here 10 months and no one's ever asked me where I went to school.
Just a minute.
Why did you answer?
I'm so sorry. Can you give me a minute?
who is this?
It's my brother.
Get rid of him for 15 minutes. I'll run out.
I want you to meet him.
I don't want to ruin this.
It's okay.
All right.
Danny, I'd like you to meet my friend Dawn. Are you hungry?
No.
Well, I should be going.
Listen, I know what it looks like, but I'm not a junkie.
I wish you the best.
You don't even know me. He could have just stayed inside your bedroom.
I wanted you two to meet. You're my baby brother.
Ooh.
I'm going to get you another job. Someplace safe.
Safe. Other people are the problem. Name such a place.
He has fits. He needs medical help. Not. What's the problem?
I'm really
What, is
hungry.
he beating people up or just gets angry?
Can I? If you do it right. Why'd they hang up?
Probably a wrong number. People do it all the time.
But I could hear somebody and they heard me.
My goodness, Sally Draper, try not to take everything so personally.
She doesn't want Don to find out she's, you know, got dude. And then Don is, well, at this point, what I'm trying to say is that at this point, they might as well just have an open relationship.
I'll only stay for a stop. I tried to catch you on the platform.
What are you doing here?
I needed to talk to you.
Did you call my house last night?
No, I didn't. This is a mistake.
Sit down.
You said you called me.
Your brother is there.
I don't care about your marriage or your work or any of that. As long as I know you're with me.
Apparently so.
Stop.
Are you sure?
Stop it.
So this woman is gonna be the death of me. Meanwhile, Betty's at home slaving away.
London calling, Mr. Ford.
Harold,
Just calling for a status report on our little party.
what does that mean?
Look, Lane. We've had interest in the company for some months, and this party is essential to attracting a second suitor.
For what purpose?
Did we reach you at a bad time? You seem foggy.
Lane, Sterling Cooper is for sale.
But why? We've reduced the staff and increased the revenue by 22%.
I think you've answered your own question. We need this party to encourage interest.
Are you quite all right, sir?
Yes.
These dudes are the worst businessmen I've ever seen, bro. Like, so they bought a company. You buy a company to sell them to somebody else, like, especially an advertising business. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. And the funny thing about it is that they got Don to sign. And this is exactly probably what Don was trying to avoid, is all of these running around stuff that they've been doing and being beholden to all of these different things. That's what he was running from. I don't even know why they sold. It's like, oh, it's a good offer, man. I don't know how long Sterling Cooper is gonna be Sterling Cooper. You're getting comfy, like.
What a nice surprise.
I was wondering if you called my home last night.
No. No, I didn't. You want me to call you?
No.
But you thought it was me.
What are you laughing at?
Don't make up excuses. I'm not playing a game here.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Betty.
With or without Jimmy?
It has come to my attention that, you're not attending the Sterling Cooper 40th anniversary. In Great Britain, we have a good deal of testimonials, and the senior members are all equally unenthused. It marks the passage of time. It's painful, I imagine.
I didn't get to where I am by dwelling on the past.
So think of the future. Enjoy the fruit of your longevity.
You really pour the honey on, then you lick it off.
Well, if you care about Sterling Cooper at all, remember that your absence will make everyone think you are ill.
Who told you I was vain?
Please. It's obvious.
It's just money in there, right? Oh. This must have been what old girl did for him. Because he's not really Don Draper, it's the other lady that's, you know, was the wife of the actual Don Draper.
I want you to take the children to the park. Don't come home. Just dinner time would be perfect. Take them to the library.
I'm glad to see you.
What a time for Betty to find this out.
Sorry again. We were gonna leave after school and
This guy looks
am
like
still here, obviously. How many times have you done this?
You're a problem. That you need to grow up. A grown ass man, man. I think he's sick though.
I'm not going to Bedford.
Well, I am. So I guess you kind of have to.
Why do you care? You're just gonna go back and screw her. I'm not retarded. Julius Caesar had epilepsy. He ran Rome.
Things didn't turn out so well for him.
I know what's waiting for me at that place.
So, yeah, that's what I was thinking, that he has seizures. So, he has seizures. That's what I was thinking, that he has epilepsy. I just couldn't remember the word, but I know that that's what it's called, like epilepsies, and you have seizures, like, you know, and it's a lot of things in our environment today that can trigger epilepsy. Is you know, 1 minute you're doing something, and the next minute you could be falling out of floor, frothing at the mouth. It's crazy, bro.
I'm 25 years old, Don.
So what do you wanna? You wanna just not do anything? You can't do that.
Hold on.
What?
I'm older than you. And I'm telling you, it seems bad now, but you can still change things.
I can't do anything that you can do. Everyone knows, sooner or later, that there's something wrong with me. They're kind and they try. But then when I come to with piss in my pants, they stare at me like I'm from another planet.
I swore to myself I would try to do this right once.
Do what?
I want you to call me if you ever need to.
You're not gonna tell her, are you?
That I let you out 20 miles outside of Framingham?
Couldn't you have at least, like, let him off at a gas station or something?
I know he thought I was passing him off, but he means the world to me.
He'll be as good as he can be.
Don, I don't want to.
It's like waiting for the confrontation. Probably not gonna happen tonight. So what, you just gonna let it be? I don't believe that. I understand what Betty's going through right now, because she, I mean, I guess she could put two and two together to know what's going on here. But at the very same time, she can have this discussion with Don, and I'm pretty sure Don would explain to her the situation. You know what I'm saying? But then again, what is going to be your actions after this? Are you gonna divorce him because are you gonna out him for, you know, but because you found out he's not who he says he is? Like, I don't understand. Like, what are you going to get out of this at the end of the day? I'm not saying she shouldn't confront him. She absolutely should confront him about this, right? And knows the truth, but it doesn't change anything. You get what I'm saying? Like, outing Don doesn't change it. As a matter of fact, it would make your life harder, because you're not going to have Don to take care of you anymore. You get what I'm saying? If they find out that Don has been impersonating this dude this entire time, right? It's a case of stolen valor and all of this other stuff. Like, he could go to prison. There's a lot of repercussions for this on Don's part. And I'm not saying that justice shouldn't be served, but it's not something that, in my opinion, this is not something that Don deserves to go to jail for. But that's just me. I don't think there should be punishment for this. He got scared and he wanted to leave the war. You know what I'm saying? Now we can look at him as saying he's an embarrassment to the army. Yeah, I mean, obviously. But at the same time, it's like, I can't look at this and be like, yo, he's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, terrible person. Yeah, I mean, like, from what we know, you're only going to make your life harder. If anything, she could probably use this as leverage to gain some power in the relationship. That's the only thing that I can see her doing, and taking advantage of that. Or maybe this will give her the okay, if you will, to cheat right in his face. And, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, that would probably piss off Don, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Bets, are you ready?
Man, Betty
The
is...
car's downstairs.
She's
The
such a
driver's
beautiful
shy,
woman,
please.
man. But her attitude, bro.
Ready, Bets?
Seem surprised that there's traffic.
High right now.
There's always traffic. Calm yourself. We'll arrive when we arrive.
They're selling the company.
What?
They're selling Sterling Cooper. They'll go to the highest bidder.
I know you hate uncertainty, but take comfort in the fact that we'll return to England.
Bert Cooper and my father, Roger Sterling Sr., bravely set this in motion 40 years ago. And now let me introduce the man who will stand alongside me for the next 40 years, and friend.
And friend.
Donald Draper.
Really? Pouring it on a little thick there, buddy. Damn, she looking at him like, you bastard. I don't even know who you are. But anyways, this was a good episode, man. Betty finding out that Don is not who he says he is. As I said, there's no real reason for Betty to mess up her own life. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense for her to go out there right now trying to mess this up or to out Don about who he is and whatever. I think she's gonna use this as a power play if she ever confronts him about it. I think she's gonna use it as a power play against him, for her to probably do stuff and he's not gonna be able to do anything about it. I think more than likely that's where she go, or she can go the other route as well, as to just out him and then you get nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because essentially, yeah, I'm saying maybe she could divorce him and get, you know, money for that, but it doesn't really make any sense for you to out him. You can have that conversation, right, with him, and he can explain why he did what he did, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, Betty doesn't have anything to gain from this, you know what I'm saying, other than maybe some power. It's like, oh, I know the truth of who you are, you want me to tell somebody? You know what I'm saying? So other than that, I don't see why she would jeopardize her lifestyle for outing Don. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see it. But this episode, of course, we know the situation with Don is, and that's why I don't think at the end of this series they're going to be together. I'm just being honest. You know, I just don't see them together. I think maybe like in season 6, season 7, they might get divorced or something like that, because at this point there's not anything between them anymore. You know what I'm saying? The love and the trust is completely broken between these two. There's nothing that can be repaired here, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see anything here that can be repaired to the fact where they would come together and be good, other than them coming together and say, let's stay together for the kids when the kids are out of the house, which is another 18 to 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see the benefit of her outing Don. But other than that as well, like, I don't see them staying together for very much longer. But it is what it is. Them selling the company is another thing as well. Like, these, freaking, what's his name? Dude that set all of this in motion for the company, man, brought the offer to them because he thought he was going to be creative director, or at least over everybody, and he didn't get it, you know. And this all started with all of that. And instead of them trusting Don, and you know, Don has always been wise about these things. Let's take the whole family aspect away for a second. Pretty much all the decisions that I've seen Don make, business-wise, has worked as worked out before the merger and stuff, before they got bought out. Pretty much everything that he did, he's a great talent to have. You know what I'm saying? He told them not to go after American, right? They refused, they didn't get American, right? Which I thought, you know what I'm saying? It was cool that they went after it. It's like, oh, it's the chase, the excitement of the chase. But yeah, now you just lost a long time client that probably would have gotten bigger. Who knows? I mean, it was a small airline, but at the same time, it was an airline that was bringing in money, right? So you lost that account to go after the big fish. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, right? But I believe strongly when it comes on to clientele that loyalty should play some part when it comes on to doing business with people. I don't think it should be the ultimate decision, but I think some percentage should be there when it comes on to loyalty to your clientele. You can't just drop them for bigger accounts. I don't believe in that kind of business. You know what I'm saying? Some people might say, oh, it's a cutthroat, you know what I'm saying? They would drop you in a second to get a better ad agency. No, more than likely a lot of clientele, if you're doing what you're supposed to do and they're increasing in profit every year, it's very hard for those companies to go somewhere else and do the things that you're doing for them. It's very hard for them to switch up like that. Very hard. It's easier for ad agencies to drop clients than clients are able to drop ad agencies. I'm telling you that from experience, not necessarily in the ad agency, but from having business people as clients. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not cut and dry like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not cut and dry like that. Like, loyalty plays a lot into it, because when people trust you, you know what I'm saying, with their business, sometimes you get included and become as close as family to these people. You get what I'm saying? Because you're providing a service, but at the same time, they understand that you're providing the service for other people, but at the same time, it's like they make you feel like family, and they invite you into their home a lot of times as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you break that trust, man, it's very hard. You know what I'm saying? Especially if those people are influential, they can tell people about their experience with you and, you know what I'm saying, F up your business. You don't want that to happen. So, you know, I was against that plan, but they went ahead and they did it, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But, you know, a lot of things that have gone against Don in this series is really not because of his decisions, it's because of other people's decisions, you know. And maybe you can call it karma for Don, maybe, because, you know what I'm saying, he stole dude's identity, blah, blah, blah. Could be karma, could be his comeuppance, whatever the situation is. It's crazy. It's crazy how, you know, how we think about, you know, personal things versus business. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, a lot of times when you see issues brought up in society about certain things, you know, people don't think on the business side of things. I'll give you guys an example when it comes on to like YouTube, right? A lot of people say YouTube is suppressing a lot of things. Mind you, they are, right? But it's all business. And a lot of people don't look at it from that standpoint, because they're only thinking about how they're being treated and how they feel about the situation, right? Well, YouTube don't necessarily care about your feelings, because they got to make money. And guess what? A lot of the stuff that we do is not advertiser friendly. This is not, I repeat, YouTube is not a free speech platform. And I've said that multiple times. It's like, whatever policies they change, we gotta adhere to the rules if we want to continue to make money on this platform. It's as simple as that. It is not a free speech platform, right? You have to understand, when we go to work, I'll bring it down to even the lowest level possible. If you're an entry-level employee, can you just go there and just say whatever you want to your supervisor or your boss? You can't. So guess what? It's the same thing applies here. We're at the mercy of a Susan from YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We're at their mercy in the policies that they set up for us to adhere by. When you get a job that pays you money, right? And you may look at it and say, oh, you know, I'm trying to run a business on YouTube. Well, guess what? Somebody has to manage that business of yours. YouTube manages that business. They say they can't do this, you have to adhere to those rules or leave, go to another platform. Don't make videos saying YouTube is trying to suppress you, because at the end of the day, it's like, for me, I've complained about this in the past, right? I've complained about it. I didn't like what they did to my original channel, but at the end of the day, even I was in that position. I was in that position and I complained, and I was like, when I actually sat down and I thought about it, I was like, you know what? When you look at this from a business point of view, there's nothing that I can do about this, because at the end of the day, me and YouTube is in business, because they are putting advertisements on my videos. They're making money off of it, fine, but they pay me. Though it's not that much, but they are paying me. So I'm like an employee of YouTube. You get what I'm saying? Even though it's an independent business, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right? And we have to look at it from that standpoint. But most people don't look at things from that standpoint, right? So a lot of times you have people that don't mix. They don't think about things on the business side, right? So you will have that aspect of it, and you also have the personal aspect of it, right? And people tend to kind of separate the two, but I tend to look at both sides because I've done business. You know what I'm saying? It's a dog-eat-dog world out there a lot of times, don't get me wrong, but the way I operate in my business and stuff like that, I've always believed in a certain level of loyalty, especially if you have clientele. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I'm doing business with somebody and we've been doing business for a while and we trust each other with making more money together, I'm not gonna drop that person just at the drop of a hat to go work with somebody else that's have bigger caliber. You get what I'm saying? Even if the opportunity door is wide open. You get what I'm saying? It's like, we gotta figure out a way to make this work with all three of us, if so be. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not worth going after the big fish and leaving the little fish behind. Sometimes it's just not worth it. It's the end of the day, if you don't end up getting that big fish, now you're left with a man down. Now, some people can say, okay, I can bear to lose that little fish, right? You can bear it, cool. If you can do that, fine. But I still believe that loyalty should have some sort of play into that. Sometimes we are too greedy. Sometimes we are too greedy, man. Sometimes we gotta hold it down and be like, you know what? We making enough money now. I don't need to go after a big fish, but it is what it is, right? So hopefully Betty decides to confront Don so we can see how that plays out. But I don't think she stands to gain anything other than a little bit of power, a little bit of leverage in the relationship that she's trying to gain, and she's thinking, you know what I mean? Don, of course, lying his ass off, you know what I mean? Crazy thing. So what if, the thing about it is this, right? What if Hilton calls your house when you're out at like 3 o'clock in the morning and be like, Don is not with me. Where is he? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if that happens? What are you going to do here, Don? He's playing a dangerous game. You know, you already know I don't like Don and his sescapades that he be on and cheating on Betty. Because I believe that Betty is trying to hold it down, you know what I'm saying? Because she's had a couple of opportunities to cheat. And, you know what I'm saying? She stopped herself. She did cheat. I mean, let's keep it a buck. She did cheat. You know what I'm saying? She did cheat, and she cheated when she was pregnant, and also she cheated when she kissed dude. You know what I'm saying? Kissing is cheating. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It might be mild cheating if you want to put it in categories like that, but it is cheated nonetheless. But anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do next, man. Madmen is fire. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.